Hi guys, welcome back to my recaps on my channel, and I'm eating my words. I literally just recorded a day ago part 1, didn't get to watch episode 6 because I was at work. Watched it right now and had to do this recap right away because I was so wrong about a lot of predictions that I said. My mom, no one texts me except for my mom, don't worry. So I'm jumping right into it because I'm like so confused with what is going on in Rachel's head and what's going on in my head now, because I don't even know what life is about anymore because this was just crazy who she sent home and what she's thinking. So it starts off part 2 where Kenny is coming down the hill to Lee after he got done his conversation with Rachel, and Kenny said, "If I had ever been physical with you, Lee, you would have been bearing the scars." And he also says that Jesus does not love him. Rachel starts talking about trust and how important it is and how she needs to trust someone that she's in a relationship with, and she gives the rose to no one. She sends Lee packing, but says that she wants more time with Kenny and wants to feel Kenny out and see how he's going to do and how their connection is going to go from this little one-on-one they're going to get. I guess it's considered a one-on-one, probably not. So she says that she needs more time with Kenny and everything should have been better, right? Wrong. Kenny decides to go back to Lee and talk about their problems. He goes down there to confront him and he's waving his arms around like a mom yelling at their kid, and Rachel is clearly annoyed and she's sitting in the helicopter like, I'm over this. Like, can I just change my mind and send him home now? So they sit down for dinner and Rachel calls him out on it. Rachel says, why did you go back down to Lee? And he said that he is not like that in relationship. And she said, how do I know? And he said, because I'm going to love you. If I am fighting with you, love is going to be present, so everything I am going to say is going to come from the backing of love, which I think he hits the nail on the head in that aspect. He hated Lee. He's going to act like that to someone that you hate. I mean, I know there are people that I would act like that to people that I hate, but I would never act like that to someone that I love. I do fight with the people that I love, but not like with the people that you hate. So I think that was a stupid question on Rachel's part, but I know where they were both trying to get at. So Rachel finally says that she does trust him and she gives Kenny the rose, and Kenny has this burden lifted off of him. Kenny walks away and he says he feels validated, which has to be good for Kenny feeling after all of that. He then says something cool. He says that the impact that Rachel could have on him and his family is why he's still there, which is awesome. And I think that's going to show for him that he is there to look for a mother and a wife, which is also kind of not good, because I don't think that Rachel is ready to be a mother, and especially to a mother of a child that is not hers. So then he FaceTimes his daughter and he starts to cry, and I felt so bad for him. And then I was wondering, maybe he will be the next Bachelor. Time for the rose ceremony, and Josiah is feeling good. He is on top of the world. He is very confident. Cut to an interview of Josiah saying, if she doesn't give me the rose, there is something wrong with her in the brain. That's always nice to say about your future wife. He's not getting the rose, guys. Like, you know that. The foreshadowing, it just shows that he's not going to get the rose. She chooses Matt over Anthony. Let that sink in. I cannot believe that Penguin Man stuck around over Anthony. Stoic, boring, intense, strong, black, boring, but nonetheless, he is better than Penguin Guy. Did you guys see AJ in the window? He was there. Eric also says after Anthony goes home, he also says 2 more black guys out the door. I also want, really quickly, I want to apologize for this. It is, what time is it? 10 o'clock at night. I just got done cleaning the house, and this is the best light I could work with because it is dark and I don't have light. I don't have artificial light. Guys, I'm literally recording on this like Canon I've had since I was 13, so just bear with me. So now they find out they're in Denmark, Copenhagen to be exact, and Rachel looks great. I really like her outfit. She's in a long gray coat and a pink scarf. Looks really cute. Time for the date card, and Eric gets the one-on-one. You guys know I'm so excited for this because I've been a fan of Eric. I love how he greeted her. I love how positive he was. I love how he did a little dance and they were talking, and he's hugging her while they're on the boat, and he's definitely not afraid of physical connection, which us as viewers know that that's important to her, that she definitely looks for the sexual physical connection there as opposed to just like words. She definitely wants to feel the presence of the guy next to her. So during this date, they get into a hot tub and a man stands up and he's naked and she says, "Your turn," and Eric literally like creeps down into the water like, "Don't make me do it, don't make me do it." Other than that, it was a fun, carefree date. They went to a carnival, they played some games, they ride some rides. It was very Eric-like. I like to see Eric back into his natural habitat. Like to see Eric back in his element, out of his head. He's clearly better outside of the house and he clearly overthinks things. So then they get the date card back at the house and it's Matt and Adam who really don't want to be on the date card because they want their one-on-one time. But it actually is Will who gets the one-on-one. So back to Eric and Rachel. They do the daytime date where it's like the carnival and then they go to dinner because it's fake food, or I don't know if it's fake food. If they would put a real cheeseburger, that cheeseburger looked good. They would put a real steaming fresh hot cheeseburger in front of me, I would be sent home because I would not be talking, I would be eating, and like that would probably like void my contract and I'd probably get fired from the producers because you're not going to put real food in front of me and expect me not to eat it. Maybe it is fake. It better be fake because I could not sit there and not eat that food. Eric said he lacked love from his mother, which probably shows why he's so needy when it comes to Rachel's love and Rachel's approval and Rachel's validation. It kind of explains a lot of things for a lot of the haters out there towards Eric. And as a mom, I think that's really sad that he didn't feel love from his mother exactly the way he needed it to. And he says that when he looks Rachel in her eyes that he sees the one, he sees his wife, which is pretty heavy stuff. He gets the rose, and you guys already know that I'm so happy about this because I love Eric. She says that she can't wait to have another date with Eric. Time for the group date. They learn that they're going to be Vikings. These Viking games actually look really entertaining, and I'll probably do them with my family because that makes me look so pathetic. At this point, it clicks to me where the bloodshed is coming from. It clicks to me that Kenny did not get into a fight. They've literally shown Kenny and his bloody eye from episode 1, and this is where we get it from. So Adam is hyped for this Vikings challenge. He said that he's the silent assassin. Adam is putting in work, and Kenny and Adam get to the end to fight it out, and Kenny ultimately wins. It's so funny because in the middle, Adam's like, "My sword broke!" And then he was like, "Forget this," and he threw the sword off to the side. Kenny ultimately wins after both bleeding eyebrow scenes, and they patch them up, and they send him off to the cocktail part of the date, and then Brian pulls her away, and of course this starts off with a kiss. I don't feel like Brian, I've said this multiple times, I don't feel like Brian and her have much to say or talk about other than kissing and how much of a fairy tale life they're living, but they did get down to business and talk about where they want to live. I guess like after the 7th time that they're together, they should probably talk about that, so it's time. Good for them. I still don't think that she picks him, but I do think that's Brian is actually getting more invested in Rachel, and I think Rachel will definitely, like I said, keep him around for a long time, but I do think Brian's heart's going to get broken at the end of this, even though I still feel like he is fake. Also, there it is with the straight hair interviews and the curly scenes. Her hair is curly when she's with these guys, and then they cut to the interviews of her talking about Brian, and her hair is straight. She's in the same outfit, same makeup, but her hair is straight because they had to freaking pull her back in for this stupid interview, and I just like noticed that so much. Like, girl, you that sucks for you that you have to talk about what just happened 3 nights ago. So, oh my god. So Peter and her have a date together, and Peter says that he inspires her to look to the future. Peter speaks with a lot of intelligence, and I like the way he speaks because it's not just like, "Hey, let's make out. Do you like want to live together?" Like, that's how I imagine Brian talking. He says, Rachel says that she likes the fact that Rachel says that she likes the fact that Peter is nervous around her, and that his good looks obviously caught her, but the fact that he was nervous is what attracted her to him, which is a little weird. But then she whispers, "Can you kiss me?" which I thought was really cute. So Kenny is starting to question his time on The Bachelor because of his child. Light bulb. I was right about that. because maybe I have like a parent tingly sense. I told you, Kenny, you need to start really looking. If you miss your child this bad, it's because you're not distracted by the amount of love you're getting from Rachel. And I think he knew in the back of his mind that she's just not into me. And I think it's funny that Matt and her, Penguin guy, the person that she kept in this whole episode, they were talking, and she's like, so how's Kenny doing? How's his eyebrow? That's what you're talking about with Matt at this stage of the competition. You're talking to Penguin guy about Kenny, and you're just sitting there chilling when all these other dudes are kissing and making out and telling her like where they want to live, and Matt's just laid back like, he's alright, he might go home. Like, he's so laid back about it, and I would be like, why are you talking about other guys with our conversations? I think that's weird. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm off my game today. I feel like an old woman. I need to go to sleep. Is this going to be a good recap to even put up? So Kenny is talking to her about his daughter and the hard time he's having. I really feel, like I said, Kenny is genuine through the whole thing, and she's trying to tell him, like, she is trying to get him to say he wants to go home. She doesn't want to send him home. She's like, so are you saying you're not feeling it with me? He's feeling it with you, Rachel. He wants you to be his future baby mama. But he knows in the back of his head that they're not there yet. He says, what does he say? He says, I think we can be there, but we are not. And I don't know if we are. Which, it clicks for Rachel, and she realizes that Kenny is more or less giving her the permission to send him home without it being not mutual and without it being a blindside. So their goodbye was the sweetest goodbye yet, and it was the best thing ever, and I was happy. Oh my gosh, when he got in a limo and FaceTimed his daughter, and his daughter was like, you're coming home, and I feel bad that you're coming home, but I'm happy that you're coming home. And she said, but you got to go to different countries and experience new things. She was like really, really sweet. She seems really mature. So it's time for her one-on-one with Will. Again, she looks so great. Will looks great. She looks comfy. And I think out of all the couples, Will and Rachel look best together. I think for sure. They would have attractive babies. So they're actually eating at this coffee shop. Like, I think I saw someone take a bite of food. They see this old couple there that have been married for 35 years, and she says, I want that, and then she said, give me a kiss. She actually, like, requested a kiss from Will. So then they're on the castle, and they're just standing there, and they're not holding hands, they're not touching. I do think that at this point, Will should have leaned in and hugged her around the waist, or grabbed her, or kissed her on her forehead. Something us girls go gaga over, but he didn't. Would it have been a big deal for me? No, but maybe with Rachel and how she feels about this, maybe that's an important aspect to her. I wouldn't have been so cutthroat over that, but Rachel definitely was. And I'm eating my words because I put Will in top 4. He's not in top 4, obviously. But I could not believe, I was like, no, he'll pick it up at the cocktail portion of the date, and he'll lay it on her thick. It'll be fine. And it wasn't. He could not give her what she wanted. She seemed really turned off by the fact that he dated white girls, or only dated white girls, or mostly dated white girls. And maybe she was thinking, well, what are you saying? I'm black? Like, am I not your type? Is that why you're not touching me or hugging me? Because when Will was talking about the woman that he was head over heels in love with, she said, what was it about her? I almost think she wanted him to be like, oh, because she was white. Like, I don't know if that turned her off so much that she was like, aha, I'm not attracted, you're not attracted to me because I'm not white. But also, like, she has a majority white men. I mean, there's like one black guy left now, which is Eric, Eric is the one that points out the fact that there's only one black man now. I'm sure he's going to be like, oh my god, I'm hanging on for dear life here, like, what am I supposed to do? But I think it's, if she did hold that against Will, I am upset with her for that. I am surprised that she let Will go so fast and kept Matt and Adam. I don't know if that was her trying to get rid of someone like right there in the moment and go with her gut, or if she's like overthinking herself almost. It's a very weird thing. And also, Eric thought it was really important for him to tell Rachel about his white girl fetish, but Dean was like sitting there like, you know, young and 26, and was like, excuse me, but like, why does that matter? And Eric's like, oh, it matters. I don't think it matters. I don't think he should have said that. I think it made it awkward and weird. So Rachel leads up to this rose ceremony talking to the camera, saying how upset she is by this decision she has to make and how it's the hardest one yet. She literally said it's the hardest one yet. Okay, I'm like, who are you sending home? Like, is this the night we say goodbye to Brian? It's a clear decision. If you're sending home one man, Matt or Adam. You know, I don't understand what her dilemma is here. But she freaking sends home Alex, who I also said top 5. The French braided Viking suave Alex, who I am sad to see go. I mean, at first I was like, who are you? Like, why are you here? And then I really got attached to him, and then she ripped him from my TV screen. I'm so upset by this. First of all, when she said Matt before Alex and Adam, I was like, okay, they're just playing with us. Like, Adam was going to be the one to go home. And when she said Alex, I was shocked. And then I was even more shocked that this was the hardest decision for her to make. So then when they go out to the limo to say goodbye, she doesn't even give him an explanation. He is so hard to say goodbye to, but she literally is like, thanks for coming, thanks for your time, bye, and then walks back. I don't understand how that was the hardest decision for her to make, and then she doesn't even give an explanation. No tears were shed. Confused. So right now, after this episode, I'm feeling confused about the world and how it works and where we are. I'm feeling confused about the fact that Eric is the only black guy there now, and I was right in an aspect of saying that she was going to be left with the majority male or male. Thank God. Of course she is having male. I mean, maybe she'll freak us out and bring in some women. But either way, the majority of white male is what I was trying to say. Eric, as he says, is the last brother left. So we'll see if Eric lasts. Probably not. We'll see if the Brian-Rachel relationships get a little deeper, and to see if maybe he starts talking about, like, I don't know, like the tragedy of his cat dying or something a little deeper than what we see. We'll see if Peter opens up and actually starts talking like a real human being and not a robot. We'll see if Adam and Adam Jr. Make it to hometown dates. I mean, I'd love to see Adam Jr.'s little mannequin family. I don't know. Other than that, if you enjoyed my video, I am so sorry about these past 2 videos. Between the last edit that was like completely cut off, and then today in this lighting with this hair, with this mouth running and stumbling all over my words. I hope that you guys will still like it and give me a thumbs up and comment. I have like 30 subscribers. I don't care. I love all of you. I love every single 30 little viewers. Have a good rest of your night. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next daily vlog or my next Bachelorette video, whichever one you are here to watch. Bye!